Hello friends, I am Dr. Rajendra Thigle and you are watching Edu Support. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Edu Support. So friends, actually you are well aware about that. We are discussing about various aspects, various topics related to education, and educational research is one of them. Actually we are having different playlists on our Edu Support. So educational research is one of them. Today we are going to discuss more about the question which is mainly asked in at various places in the interviews and all particularly, and that is what is the difference between bibliometric and bibliomatrix. So these are the two words, these are the two terminologies or the concepts you can call it as, and they are totally different. Means we are not particularly you know describe it like this, bibliometric is bibliomatrix and like that. So don't mess the words bibliometric and bibliomatrix. Okay, so first thing is that the bibliometric is the word which is formed from or derived from two words, that is biblion and metric or metrics. Okay, so biblion and metrics, these both are the Latin words or and Greek words, we can call it as Latin words and Greek words. Now, why am I saying exactly it is Latin word and Greek word? So, Greek is the language which is generally we can say that it is the language of Greece, and Latin is the language of Rome or Roman people. They speak in Roman Latin. So these are the two different languages. So biblion is the word which is there in both the languages, and metric is also the word which is there in both the languages. That is why the root of these a particular bibliometric is there in the Latin and in the Greek. My dear friends, particularly it is called as portmanteau. Portmanteau is the French term. Okay, it is the French term, means the two halves particularly which we are just putting two halves into one, and then we are carrying our, we can say, clothes or something in that from one place to another place. That is what we can port it, we can tow it from, it is portable, we can tow it from one place to another place, having there some kinds of wheels to tow it particularly. So what is that exactly, portmanteau? Portmanteau is the French word. Now we can get this particular word in the lexicon of English. Now what is the lexicon of English particularly? Okay, so you are well aware about the different words like dictionary and vocabulary and lexicon particularly. So the lexicon is the collection of words, and now particularly this portmanteau is the French word, and which now we can get that word in the English lexicon particularly. Now, what is a dictionary exactly? So definitely, I'm not discussing about all these things, but just a fun. We are talking about all these things. Dictionary. What is dictionary? So something which is related to the style of language, or how to write it, how to pronounce it, and all. Spelling of that is there in the dictionary particularly. And vocabulary is something which is related to a personal kind of thing. The person who is having the collection of different words which he or she uses particularly in the language while speaking or writing. So that is what the vocabulary of that particular person. Okay, so let it be like that. But what is the portmanteau? Portmanteau is nothing but the blending of two words, or which we can call it as a compound word. Exactly, it is formed from two different words and giving different meaning or another meaning to. So maybe it is more than two words. Three words are combining together to form one word. So that is what bibliometric is, a portmanteau word or compound word or blended word, like that you can call it as. Okay, so what is that exactly? And I'll give you two, three examples related to that, particularly index, sensex. So definitely we are going to discuss about the index and all in the bibliometric particularly. Okay, so you have heard about the word sensex. So Bombay Stock Exchange index is sensex. So it is nothing but the Bombay Stock Exchange plus index. So it is Sensex like that. Or Nifty 50 index, you know it very well. That is called as Nifty, particularly National Stock Exchange Index. So Nifty, it is called as Nifty. So it is counted on the basis of the stocks of 50 stocks, particularly first 50 stocks, and that is what Nifty. Okay, so now you will not forget the word bibliometric, because it is the portmanteau, or it is the compound word, or it is the blended word. So mixing of two words into so biblion is a book. They are, it is related to biblions, means books or the documents. Okay, and metric, or metric is the word from we are getting it from metricus, particularly in the feminine gender it is metrica, and in the neuter gender it is the metricum, like that. So definitely we are going to discuss about these two words in detail. So now we are using this particular word biblion associated with graphia or graphy, and then we are calling it as bibliography. So you are well aware about the bibliography, that we are using it, you know, in the academic writing at the end of the research paper or review paper. Particularly we are writing down the bibliography. So might be sometimes we are using bibliography, we are using reference, and we are using citations. So the three different words we are using particularly. So they are having different notions, and definitely we'll talk about that particular concept, reference or bibliography or citations in the next lecture some or the other time. Okay, so definitely I wanted to discuss about what is that bibliography is exactly. Okay, so in front of you you're having the slides, you can just check it out. So the word bibliometric is, it is coined by the Pritchard in 1969. So, my dear friends, it is not like that. The references or citations or bibliography, it started in the 1969. No, no, no. It is so long back, and the very systematic work of that was done by Eugene Garfield in 1956. So he started the Institute of for Information, Research Information. So scientific research, particularly. So Institute for Scientific Research Information, which you can call it as, in the at the Philadelphia, America, USA. Okay, so we'll definitely discuss about that Eugene Garfield who developed this citation systematically in 1956 with the help of a company which he established. Okay, so in the next some or the other lectures we definitely will discuss about the Eugene Garfield. Okay, let it be. So my dear friends, now we're coming to the again particular that topic, bibliometric. Okay, so now in front of you is the slide where you can see that bibliography. Bibliography is again Latin word, formed from the Latin word graphia. Graphia means writing. Okay, and the Greek word graphen. Graphen is nothing but to write. It is the verb, and you can call it as a bibliography. So we are writing something. No, something means what? Very, we can say, crucial information, vital information about the books or the references which we are jotting down there, so documents and all. So there is the resources which we are using, or we are reading it and then writing it in our academic work or research papers or research articles particularly. So yes, my dear friends, now definitely we'll discuss about these two words. What do you mean by paper and what do you mean by article? Okay, so many concepts and sub concepts we have to discuss in this particular video exactly. So the paper is something which you are writing, you're researching, you're writing down it in the form of paper, and you're presenting it in front of the academicians in the conferences and all. That is called as paper. So the the document which is not published is called as paper, and the document after publishing it into the journals is called as the article. So this is a minute difference between these two words, paper and article. So mind well that in my lectures you will definitely get something, chocolates in the meals or chocolates in the lunch, like that. So a lot of information definitely I'm going to share with you within these 20 to 25 minutes exactly. Okay, so I was talking about the bibliography. Yes, my dear friends, you know it very well. What is the bibliography is, what is the APA style is. APA means Association of American, Psychological Association, American Psychological Associations style. Okay, APA style. Oh, there are different styles also, you know it very well. Okay, so now we are talking about the APA style 7 or something like that. And see, you have to write down the name of author, you have to write down the year of that particular publication, title of the book or title of the paper or something like that. And then definitely you can write down the publishing house and place, your particular paper means page number and all. So definitely you can write down all those things at the end of the, so that is what, nothing but the list. Particularly you can call it as it is the list. So I've given you some examples on your screen, you can see the things definitely. So we'll go to the bibliometric, and the second part of that word is metric. Metric is the word formed from the Latin word which we can, or and the Greek word metricus. Okay, means measurement. Okay, so what is the measurement? What do we have to measure in the uh, as far as the bibliography is concerned, particularly? So we have to count the number of citations and all. So definitely we'll come to that particular concept, citation and all, particularly. You have heard this word metrics in the, when you were in the schools and all, particularly in the physics. So MKS units and CGS units, that you know it very well. So it is the meter kilogram and seconds, that is you know it very well, or the centimeter kilogram gram and seconds is, and in the CGS methodology particularly, that's called as SI unit. So international standard units you can call it as. Okay, so you must have some kind of universal, methodology or procedure to measure certain things. That is what bibliometric is particularly about. And so, my dear friends, actually, if somebody is asking you a question like this, what is the bibliometric analysis, or what is the bibliographical analysis, or bibliographical metrics and all. So particularly the same concepts we are discussing about the, so don't think that sir has discussed about the bibliometrics and he has not discussed with the bibliometric analysis and all. Okay, so this is the particularly I wanted to focus you on the terminologies, on the concepts particularly. And definitely once your theoretical background of this or concept of bibliometric is particularly is you understand, then definitely we can go for further discussions as far as this, what is the use of bibliometric analysis and all, what are the advantages or disadvantages, or the like that. Definitely we can talk on different things. So bibliometrics is related to the calculation or the measurements or the computation or counting of citations and all. So why are we exactly bothering about the calculations and measurement, etc., particularly? So my dear friends, when we are publishing any kind of product or any kind of article in the journals or any kind of book, and we are selling it in the market at that time, definitely the people should use it, academicians should use it. And once they used it, once they viewed it, once they've reviewed it, once they used it, and then definitely they have to mention it in their paper that I have used this, means what resource particularly. And the courtesy is that they should mention it in the bibliography or citations, particularly list of citations. Okay, so my dear friends, if your article is getting citations, a very good citation, then definitely you can say that my article is very good and it is reached to so many people and all, and they are using it. So definitely we can calculate different kinds of indices, you can call it as or indexes particularly. So singular it is index and plurally it is indices or indexes also. So many people they are using this word as indexes also. So in the British kind of thing, you will get index, indices, like that. Okay, So, my dear friends, now we are discussing about the, you know, views or reviews or particularly the use of that particular citations exactly. So, it is nothing but the impression, or it is nothing but the impact of your journal, your article, your book, your product, etc. in the that particular community or research community, and we need to know, we wanted to know, and we wanted to know our productivity, our quality and all. That is what bibliometrics is particularly. Okay, so now we'll discuss about this particular terminology, bibliomatrix. So yes, definitely biblion or bibliography plus matrix. So, my dear friends, there are various notions of matrix. Particularly, you must have listened this word, you have studied this word in the biology when you were in the schools and all. Particularly in the cell, there are cell organelles in the matrix, or that is in the cytoplasm. That cytoplasm is nothing but the matrix, or this is grounded matrix, you can call it as, and where the cell organelles are engulfed particularly. So don't take that notion of matrix, take the notion of matrix which is there in the mathematics. So no need to take that matrix in the physics or chemistry or biology. Take the notion of matrix as far as this mathematics is concerned particularly. So what is that? Matrix is nothing but it is a tabular form. It is nothing but the arrangement of certain knowledge in the rows and columns particularly. That is what called as matrix. So definitely there are different cells or a singular unit, that is called as cell particularly. And why this bibliomatrix is, and where it is used particularly, and how to use it in the nice manner to increase your, to enhance your productivity as far as your productivity is concerned particularly. Whenever you are doing research review or the review of related literature and review of related researches, at that time, my dear friends, you are just downloading certain uh, you know uh, research papers from the internet and all, and you're downloading it in the R managers particularly. R manager is nothing but the reference manager. Okay, so you people are just downloading it in any kind of R manager, for example Mendeley, and there you can just collect your papers and all. So after getting all those papers, just you can just find those things with the help of just putting down certain keywords on the internet, that search box, and in the databases and all particularly. So definitely, my dear friends, we are going to talk about the databases and all later on. So these are the websites which are related with the research kind of things. So a lot of information related to that. Particularly, you'll get different titles. You will get the author's name. You will get the years and all of what particular work they have done. As far as this abstract is concerned, particularly. So, my dear friends, you can just put that information. So, if you want to read it, you can screen it, you can skim it. So, that scanning is very essential and all. And definitely, whatever you are, deriving it from that particular article, you are writing down it in the rows and columns, particularly in the cells. So, you can have different kinds of criteria for that to classify it, and that will help you to write down the systematic review of related literature and researches. This is very important stage of the research particularly. And as far as the beginners of this researchers, or the beginners of this research, you can call it as, or the new researchers particularly, it is very crucial that you're not able to just writing down the review or review paper, etc. So, my dear friends, you can just categorize that information into author. Yes, you need author. You need to write down the year, and you can just set it in this chronological format. So you can, give some command to that particular. So if you're doing it in Excel, that will be definitely very good to excel your reviews and all your research work. So just give one command and arrange those papers or the material in the chronological order. And at the end of that, particularly whenever you're writing, you can use that chronology. So my dear friends, definitely you are having again various kinds of criteria. For example, your title of that paper or title of the book and all. Okay, that will be useful to you for writing down the references or citations or bibliography at the end of the academic writing. So just find out what have you exactly read in that particular paper. So if you are getting one, two, three, four concepts, different kinds of theories in the, particularly that paper, or if you are going through the parts of paper or the stages of paper or particularly phases of paper, you can call it as a introduction or main body, and then what is the end part of that conclusion and all exactly. So definitely you are getting methodology, research methodology, then sampling techniques and etc. And then what are your conclusions, findings, and what sorts of statistical tools, techniques you have used particularly in that researcher or author in that particular paper. So write down those things in the different kinds of cells or compartments, and then later on you can write down your review in the literature kind of manner or essay kind of manner, or might be it is a systematic way also. Okay, so this is what we are talking about, the bibliomatrix particularly. So it is the bibliographical matrix which you are requiring it at the time of research. Whenever you are doing the research, at that time do this work particularly on paper or on the computer and all, and definitely later on use it for your this thing to write down the review and all. So these are two different concepts which we have studied in today's lecture. So thank you so much, my dear friends, for watching this video. And just if you like it, you just press the like button, and then yes, if you want to share it with others, share it. If you have not subscribed this channel, yes, subscribe it. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day.